Hi, welcome back. We are here to talk to you again on Becoming Untamed.
Mm-hmm.
We hope you've enjoyed our episodes so far. And if you are, help us spread the word.
Totally.
We would love to go on this journey with you. And today we're going to be talking about our intuition.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, my intuition is gold.
Mm-hmm.
For me, my intuition just knows.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to talk about moments where we've felt it. We're going to talk about how we recognize it. We're going to talk about what's our thinking mind versus our intuition.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about moments where we've had intuitive hits and skipped them.
Totally.
We're going to talk about moments we've had intuitive hits and how cool they've showed up when we've followed them.
Totally.
And a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
So welcome on this journey with us.
Yay.
So for me, as I've felt into my intuition, it's just been like getting to know somebody.
Totally.
Like when I think about like you and I, we've been friends for a little under a year now, which is wild.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
And we didn't know each other at first. And our conversations now are different than our conversations back in last summer.
Totally.
And we've gotten to know each other and we've had conversations. It's like, oh, okay, I know that Grace likes cinnamon rolls from this specific shop in Iowa.
Totally do.
And you've gotten to know stuff about me.
Mm-hmm.
And we know how to show up for each other better now.
Totally.
And I know when it's your voice. Like if we were sitting in a room and I heard your voice, I would recognize your voice.
Totally.
Because you and I have had conversations. And so it's the same thing with my intuition. Like I learn how to recognize its voice.
Interesting.
Because I maintain a relationship with it. And I meet it with curiosity.
Totally.
And I play with the idea of what if it was true? And I don't set big, massive expectations on it. But what if it was true? What would this intuition do for me? And I remember when I first started working with my intuition, I was like, are there some really low stakes things I can do to play with my intuition?
Right.
I was like, I wonder if I could just like recognize which way somebody's going to turn. I was like, I got a 50-50 shot at this.
Totally.
So let me just see if I can right or left. And then I used to play intuitive games with myself where I would go for a drive and I would come to a stop sign, right or left. Which way am I going?
Right.
And I would just see where I wound up. And usually I would wind up somewhere really cool, like whether it was a field or a waterfall or a park. And so I just started playing with my intuition with very low stakes, just so I could get to know it. What about you? How's it been like for you to get to know your intuition?
Yeah, so it's super fun because I feel like I've always been pretty intuitive. I just didn't always knew what it meant or I didn't fully understand it. I feel like I've always been able to trust my gut, which in my mind is trusting your intuition. It's the same thing. And, you know, my body has done a really good job, even since I was a young girl, of always showing me something. And so it's cool now reflecting because I have a much better understanding and I'm still learning. I have so much more to learn. But for me, I've always had it. Like I've always had it. And like I said, not understanding that when you're younger, it's a little confusing. You're like, what does this mean? Right. And now looking back, I'm like, oh, I can pinpoint it, right? You know, in my head and in my stomach, you know? And so it's super interesting because I've just been able to get very curious, right? My intuition, right? It's just a knowing in the back of my head. And it's super funny because sometimes I feel like it plays out. And I'm like, oh, I already knew this. You know, like sometimes it's so subtle, but you're like, oh, I already knew this, you know? Whereas other times it's more of a thing and you're like trusting your intuition, but sometimes it's like, oh, we already knew this. So it's been super fun to just continue playing around. And a lot of times it's always there. It's just how open are you to seeing it?
Totally. And sometimes for me, intuition, like somebody will just come to my mind.
Totally. It's so fun.
And like, I'll be thinking about that person.
Totally.
And rather than putting any kind of an expectation on it, I'll just send them a text and be like, hey, I was thinking about you. How are you? And like, I did that this week. And then I get a text back and they're like, oh, it makes sense you'd be thinking about me. Here's what's going on in my life.
That is so funny. Oh, I love that.
And in those moments, it's like, my intuition was totally dialed in. That person came to my mind for a reason. I reached out to them and they got to express what was going on in their life.
I love that. I love that.
Have you ever had any fun moments like that recently where like you've thought of somebody and it's like, oh, okay.
Oh, totally. Oh, totally. You know our friend Michael, right?
Yeah.
Him and I have had like 3 times recently where I was just thinking of him. He popped in my awareness and all of a sudden I get a text message from him. And I'm like, Michael, what the heck? And I was just thinking about you. He's like, I know. And I'm like, okay, message received. And it was just, it's so funny because it just happens, over and over, know?
Yeah, that's so fun.
So fun.
And those moments where it's like, hey, we're all connected because it's all energy.
It is.
And I know you and I, we've even played games where we're like, hey, I'm going to leave you messages tonight.
Like, let me know if you got it.
And it's just so fun.
Totally.
Like intuition, like it can be so subtle.
Totally.
But it can be so powerful. Like it's just that quiet inner knowing.
Totally.
And like it can feel like your gut. It could feel like your inner compass. It could feel like your alignment. It could feel like you. And it could just feel like it's just that subtle yes.
Right.
Or that subtle, hey, this is what you need to know right now.
Right.
And in those moments, it's just like, okay, I can trust this.
Totally.
Because I've learned that I can. And I've learned that I can because I've built the relationship.
Totally. Totally.
And so for me, like, I know there have been times in my life where my intuitions come in and I've been like, nah, that can't possibly be what's happening.
Totally.
And in those moments, I look back and I'm like, oh, I knew it.
Right.
I knew it.
Right.
And in those moments, it's just like, oh, I get to learn. This is a learning opportunity for me. I knew it.
Totally.
I overrode it. Why did I override it? And so a lot of times for me, it was fear. It was causing me to override it. What if I'm wrong? What if I'm making this up?
Interesting.
What if it's not true? Okay, well, what if?
Right. What if?
What if?
What if?
Right.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and it's shown up for me in just other ways too. Like it could just be super small things such as like I was on the road to Hana in Hawaii and I was like kind of hungry and I was like, I should get 2 tacos. And then I decided not to get 2 tacos and the next food shop was at the very bottom of the hill. Right? Like it's just like the smallest moments, right? But it just shows you that you like your intuition's always talking to you, right? And I like ignored it. I truly did ignore it. And I was like, I probably should have done that, right? But it just shows up in small ways and big ways, you know?
Totally. Totally. Like I'm sure for you, your move from Iowa to Utah.
Yeah.
I'm sure intuition was heavily involved in that.
Totally. Yeah. It totally was. And it's really funny, making a move just really based off your intuition and the way it makes you feel, right? Because I have no tangible proof that this is going to work out, right? I don't know if I'm going to like it, right? But my intuition and my gut and my heart is all telling me, Grace, you got to go. Right. And so I just followed that and I'm continuing to follow that every single day. What do I want to do? Right. What feels in alignment? Right. What kind of people do I want to surround myself around? Like I'm constantly trusting that intuition, my inner voice, like, because it's your compass,
Yeah. And in those moments, whether it is, hey, I should grab tacos and then,
right.
Oh, I wish I would have grabbed tacos.
Right.
Or it's, oh, I found out my friend was having a hard day, I was thinking about him.
Totally.
I totally could have checked in on him.
Right. Mm-hmm.
In those moments, it's just like, hey, this is an opportunity for me to recalibrate my relationship with my intuition.
Totally.
And there's been moments where it's just been like, oh, so good. It's just been magical.
Totally.
Like for me, I remember when I moved from Oregon to Utah, like every time I had moved previously, I had done it for somebody else. Like it was always for somebody else.
Right.
And then I remember it was about 5 years ago now. And I was out and I just had a feeling. I was like, this really feels like home. And that feeling of home was my intuition saying, hey, it's time. And my family all still does, still all lives in Oregon.
Right.
And I decided in the middle of the pandemic to move from Oregon to Utah. And it didn't make sense.
Right.
But it was my intuition talking to me. And it ended up being a beautiful 3 years that I lived here.
I love that.
What about you? What about some times where you've followed your intuition and it's just been so magical for you?
Well, one example was when, I guess it was like my second time that I was in Utah, right? And I was here visiting Sarah, and her birthday was the next month. And something inside of me was just like, I need to go back next month. Like, it's her birthday, but, something was nudging me like, I need to go next month. And so I ended up going again to Utah next month to celebrate her birthday. You were here, right? We were celebrating her birthday, but it was super cool because me going out there, that one trip opened up a lot of other doors as well, right? It didn't make sense, but I was just like, I just feel like I need to be there, right? And one thing, for example, that came out of that trip was we all booked Joe Dispenza, right? And I have no idea why I thought I should be at Joe Dispenza. It made no sense. I was like, I don't even meditate that much. Like, I've done it, but not as much as I do now, right? But I was like, again, that's another, like, I was like, I feel like I need to sign up for this, right? Like, when the tickets dropped, I was like, oh, they're kind of expensive. Do I need this? Right. But it's like, again, my intuition was like, do it. Right. Then Joe Dispenza lined up perfectly for when I moved. Right. So it's the way things fall into place. Right. But then circling back to the trip, right. We were celebrating Sarah's birthday, and then next was Julie's birthday. Then Julie texted me, was like, I feel like you should come to my birthday party in Tulum. And so then I booked tickets to Tulum, right? And then in Tulum, that's when I decided I was going to move. And so it's just a really cool story of really like a million things happening from just that one decision of me saying yes, right? Oh, okay, I'll fly out next month even though I'm just here, Right. Another example I have is real estate spring break. I first came out to Utah a year ago in March, right, for real estate spring break. I had no idea what this event was, but my team leader was like, she extended it to everyone on the team, right? And I was the only one that said yes, because something in me was like, I should go, right? And then at this event, right, Justin gets on stage and he's like, if you want to level up your business, do this abundance deposit is what they called it. And so I did that abundance deposit. And then I see it's for some coaching, some high level coaching. And again, I had no idea what this was, but it was my intuition that was like, do it. It made no sense. It was a lot of money. I was really young. I've only been in the business for, I don't know, a little over a year, right? But my intuition just said yes. And me saying yes to really just go into spring break and then saying yes to join the inner circle, which is now the forum, has totally led me here. I now live in Utah.
Great.
It's wild.
And then I remember the first time we met, like we were sitting at our friend Julie's house and you walked up to me And you're like, I don't know why, but I think I need your help.
Totally. I need you.
You're like, I know there's a line, but I need to get in on this.
Yeah. And here we are. You know?
Totally.
It's so wild.
And it's funny because like fear could have totally been like, oh, well, I'm sure I can figure this out myself. Or he seems really busy.
Totally.
Or like 100 things, right?
Totally.
And just having the opportunity to just trust yourself and go, no, this is what my intuition is saying. I'm going to do it. And for me, like this past year has just been so intuitive for me.
I love that.
And whether it's Joe Dispenza was a great one.
That was great.
And as soon as we decided to do it, I was an immediate yes on that. And I had already been twice.
Right.
So I'm going back to hear the same content I've already heard, but I'm an immediate yes because my intuition said yes.
Yeah.
And it was so fun.
Yeah.
Getting to do it with a group of people that I love so deeply.
Yeah. It was fun.
And getting to have that experience together as a group.
Totally.
Like was so fun.
It was so fun.
And then like Tulum was just so fun. And getting to celebrate a friend's birthday and getting to be out there and be in paradise. And yeah, I mean, just saying yes when my intuition says yes.
Right.
Without arguing with it, without fighting it, just saying yes.
Totally. Because I feel like it's always there. You know, it's just us getting in our heads or me getting in my head that creates the confusion. Or it's like your intuition knows. It's just your brain coming up with all the what ifs and the blah, 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 blah right? That's what creates the chaos.
Yeah.
You know?
And what do you notice in that chaos?
In the chaos, I notice that there's no clarity. In the chaos, I feel the scatter, right? Everything seems a little bit louder, right? I'm a little bit unsure of what I want, right? Of the plan, right? And that all happens with the what ifs, the what ifs, the what ifs.
And it's the mind
Totally.
Where it's just like, hey, I'm going to keep you safe.
Right.
I'm going to keep you safe. It's my job. I signed up for this. You didn't sign up for this. I signed you up for this.
Exactly.
And then the mind just starts coming up with all these different scenarios.
Totally.
And it's like, which one do I actually want to pick? Right. I don't know. I have so many in my mind right now.
Exactly.
I have so many things going on. And it's like, wow.
Right.
I just feel like I want clarity and peace.
Totally.
And in those moments, I can pause. I can go inside and I can just ask myself, what is true for me right now in this moment? And I can get that answer.
Right.
Because that answer is always there for me.
Totally.
I just have to create the stillness, the environment, whether it's meditation, whether it's breath work, whether it's grounding outside, whether it's being alone by myself, whether it's being with a friend.
Right.
Because sometimes it can be great to say, hey, here's what I'm feeling. Am I missing something?
Right.
Is there, and it's not giving my power away. Because I'm ultimately going to make the choice. Right. Just saying, hey, I want a second perspective.
Totally.
And in those moments, just finding somebody that I trust, finding somebody that can say, hey, here's what I'm noticing.
Totally.
How does that feel for you?
Right. I love that.
And that's key. Instead of, here's what you should do.
Right. I love that.
And so in those moments where I'm following my intuition rather than following the voices around me, I just find that it leads me to such a full and rich and wonderful life.
It totally does. It totally does, because you're really just marching to the beat of your own drum, right? And it kind of goes on some of our previous episodes that we've been chatting about. It's all your intuition, right? And it's just learning to listen or see like the other perspectives and the external, right? But take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Right.
Yeah.
And so it just becomes like a skill really to see like, hey, what feels true to me in this moment. Right. And to really just be intentional about the things that you consume or about the things you listen to and pay attention to or that you really carry with you.
Yeah. And decluttering your life.
Totally.
So if there's chaos in your life, where can you create stillness in your life?
Totally.
If there's chaos in your mind, how can you create stillness in your mind? If there's 1,000 thoughts going on at once, if your mind feels like a browser with 1,000 tabs open,
right?
How can you close some tabs?
Totally. I really think just getting into stillness, and like we learned at Joe Dispenza, right? Thinking of nowhere, nothing, no time, right? Like really being able to just sit in stillness can help you just it just unlocks everything.
Yeah.
It unlocks everything.
Yeah. I remember a cool time with my intuition, and I might have told you this story. Like it was right after a retreat and I really wanted to go to the hot springs. And I start getting this intuitive hit and it's like, go to the hot springs right now.
That's fun.
And I do. And I'm like, I'm so curious who I'm going to meet. And it wasn't a who. I got to connect with nature. I got to connect with the mountain and the river and the birds. And I just got to be there.
That's amazing.
And I'm sitting in the water. And I'm just having one of the most connected experiences that I've ever had.
I love that.
And here I drove up thinking, oh, I'm gonna meet somebody.
Right.
And it's like, no, I'm gonna connect with myself.
I love that. That's special.
And in those moments, like my intuition was just like, do this right now.
And it's super interesting what happens like when you get, because I think a lot of times we have thoughts come up in our brains, right? Like we think of many thoughts. And so it's like, how many times do we actually take the action? Because like you just had a thought, you probably had a million other thoughts that day, right? And you took action and then watch what happened, right? So, when I hear that story, I'm like, how many times do I get like a ping or, a message and I ignore it, right? And on the flip side, what happens when, I feel like I should do this, right? Watch the magic unfold when everything falls into place.
There was a time with my business partner where I woke up and I was like, oh, I need to go talk to this specific studio. And she called me and she's like, hey, I just had a dream and we need to go talk to this specific studio at this time today. And I'm like, you aren't going to believe this, but I actually have it written down already.
Yeah.
And I was like, look at what I've written down. She's like, shut up.
That is so
Shut
funny.
up. Like right now.
I love when that happens.
And the cool thing about intuition is it's actually the platform for a magical life. And if we just get into autopilot and we just do the thing and we disconnect and we live a disconnected life, we're disconnected from our intuition and we're disconnected from the magic that it can bring.
That's good.
And the first thing we can do is reconnect.
Totally.
Reconnect to ourselves. Reconnect to that small inner voice and start learning it. Start listening to it and start taking small actions that align with it. Just say, hey, intuition, I want to get to know you better.
Right.
I don't feel like I really know you that well. Can you give me one thing?
Right.
One super low risk thing that if I were to do this today could help me build a relationship.
Interesting.
And just see what comes up and meet it with curiosity.
I love that.
And then whatever it is, do it.
I love that.
And it can be as silly as the example I shared earlier about, hey, I'm going on an intuition drive with myself.
Yeah.
I'm going to either go right or left. But
Totally.
what that was is, well, I love going on drives, but 2, I was building relationship.
Totally.
I was learning to hear that voice.
Right. It's kind of like muscle memory, right? You have to train it. You have to get the reps, right? To get more comfortable with it, you have to practice.
Yeah. We both work out at the gym.
Totally.
And so if you're working a particular exercise, it's knowing how, as you move that muscle in a particular way, your body adapts to that muscle movement. It starts gaining muscle memory. And we can gain intuition memory too.
Totally.
And so it can be so fun. What are some things where you've wanted to take an intuitive step and you found that you resisted it at first, but as you moved past the fear, it actually worked out so well for you?
You know, that's a really great question. I think it shows up in different ways, for sure. But it's like even, you know, with my house, for example, on how I got my first house, I just, it was really funny because I was in a relationship and we were like, oh, you know, maybe this isn't working out. And so I was like, I don't want to rent because I'm in real estate. I was like, I'm not going to go rent a house. I was like, I'm going to buy a house. And I remember a lady from my gym was going to be listing her condo, and we've been having some conversation about it for months. And I just, one day, I got the message in my head to ask, hey, what would you think if I bought your condo? We don't even have to list it. Like, how do you feel about that? Right? I had no idea where it came out of nowhere, but I was like, okay, well, I'll ask the question. It doesn't hurt to ask. Right? Fast forward, I asked the question and she said yes. And I was like, right? And I was like, okay. And then, you know, then after that, right, I was like, well, I guess I actually don't know if I can or if I should or yada, yada, yada. I was like, do I want to live here forever? Right. That's kind of about when we met. And again, my intuition, I was scared, but my intuition was like, yes, do it. You were like, are you sure you want to do this? And I was like, yes, I want to do this. Right. And so once I kind of worked through that fear, which I definitely felt along the way, like I had the intuition the whole time, but at the same time I had fear. Once I got the fear out of the way, then the magic unfolded.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember for me, like I was at Joe Dispenza for the first time, and I was there with my previous business partner. And I'm sitting there, and it's the second day of the event. It's a week-long event. And I get this hit. Hey, if you want to get everything you need from this event, you need to end that business partnership and close that business. And I'm like, I'm sitting here and she's in the room next door. And we flew on the same flight. I've got the seat next to her.
Not a problem.
That feels weird. But I was like, I have to trust this. Because what it told me is it said, if you don't, it's okay.
Right.
But you won't get everything you wanted to get out of this week.
Totally.
And so I actually did close the business that night. I waited until we got back to have the conversation because I wanted her to be able to have her full experience and not be in fear or worry about the business. And then I also didn't want the weird plane ride home.
Yeah, totally.
And so we ended up closing the business, ending with gratitude. It was a really beautiful ending. Like, so much gratitude for her, for the way she showed up. And I went to Costa Rica right after
I
that.
love that. I want to go to Costa Rica.
And so, yeah, my intuition.
Mm-hmm.
And it was interesting because here's a time where my intuition, I got to learn and adjust with my intuition. A month right after I went to Costa Rica, on that trip, I went to Bali with a group.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a really hard trip for me. I was working my tech job, and so 13-hour time difference. And so I was working from 6 p.m. to like 6 a.m. and then also trying to enjoy the trip.
Yeah.
So I didn't sleep for a week. And what I noticed is I got really dysregulated.
Mm-hmm.
And like I went into massive fight or flight.
Mm-hmm.
And like my whole plan was to go to Thailand and then go to South Korea and then go to Vietnam and go to New Zealand and Australia and Japan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already over here. I've already done the 38-hour flight.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just stay over here and enjoy it.
Totally.
I learned. My intuition was like, go back to Costa Rica. And so I did. I ended up flying back for, I think, a week, just getting things set up, getting my car put into storage. And then I went to Costa Rica for 3 months.
Cool. That's
and
awesome.
So that was an opportunity where I thought I knew what I was going to do. I had this whole plan.
Totally.
And my intuition was like, actually, you've just learned more. Let's pivot. Let's do something else.
Yeah. And that's beautiful. And you listened to it.
Yeah.
And you spent 3 months in
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. Yeah. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. It was fun because here you are, you're 5 minutes from the beach.
Right.
And
great.
At the same time, the roads were all muddy.
Right.
And so I was there during the rainy season. And when it rained, like I'm walking in mud up to here.
Oh, that's funny.
And it was so much fun. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity.
That's amazing.
So as far as your intuition, if you were to give people advice based on what you've learned about your own intuition, if you were to give somebody who's listening to our podcast advice on intuition, what would you say?
What I would say about intuition is it's always that little voice in your head. And it's there. And sometimes it's very faint. Other times it's a little bit louder. But it's always there. And it always has been. And so whether it's remembering how to listen to that voice, or it's just rediscovering where that voice is, or, just trusting that voice again. Maybe you did trust it and something bad happened or something went the other way and you just have to relearn, right? It's always there. And it's also very important that you listen to that voice as well. Because for me, in my experience, if I didn't listen to this voice for many different situations, right? Going to real estate spring break, right? Booking this flight, having this conversation, right? If I didn't listen to my intuition in the first place, I don't know that I would have had the experiences that I would have had. And so if there's one thing that I can challenge you or invite you to do, it's to start listening to that little voice. And a lot of times for me, sometimes I can feel it in my body too. Sometimes I feel it in my stomach. That's a lot of times where I feel mine, or sometimes in my head. And so I just challenge you or invite you to just start listening to it and start just getting curious. Approach it with curiosity. You're not going to lose anything. And if anything, you're just going to gain so much trust and just awe with yourself.
And if your intuition has to do with somebody else, ask questions. Don't tell them what your intuition is saying to do. Totally. Because I've totally done that before.
That's funny.
And oh boy, that's a hard lesson to learn. Where, hey, my intuition is saying we should blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I don't feel that.
Totally.
Okay.
Right.
Awkward.
Totally. That's funny.
And so sometimes when I'll get an intuitive hit about somebody, I'll just be like, hey, I'm just super curious. What's going on in your life right now? Anything you want to share?
Totally.
Gives them the option, gives them the opportunity. Like, one, they may not be aware of it. Two, they may not have access to it. Three, they may not want to talk about it with me.
Totally.
Four, they may not want to talk about it at all right now.
Totally.
So if I give them the option and they say no, cool.
Right.
If I'm like, hey, my intuition said blah, 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 and they're like, no, it didn't. Not for me.
Yeah.
We are now in a really weird situation.
Totally. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
And so lots of curiosity, lots of questions. And it's okay to say, hey, I'm just so curious what would happen if this was true.
Right. Oh, I love that. I love that.
And as we explore what's true for us in this moment, our intuition plays a huge part.
Totally.
It's that inner voice. It's that inner knowing. It's exactly what you were saying. It's building that relationship. It's feeling it in our body. It's feeling it in our heart. It's feeling it as our thoughts align with it even.
Totally.
It's going, wow, I'm more aligned than I thought I was. I just needed to remember how aligned I actually am.
Exactly. I love
and it's
that.
funny because you and I, we both have a friend who does body work. And sometimes I'll go to him and he'll be working on me and he'll have to work because I've gotten out of alignment. And because I'm out of alignment, my body is not functioning exactly the way it should. But I go work with him and it's like, oh, now I'm aligned again.
Totally. And it just goes to show you that your body really does carry on to a lot of trauma. Your body stores all of the information every single time.
And not only the trauma, but your body also stores the wins.
Totally.
Your body also stores those moments where it's like, oh my gosh, look at that magical thing that happened.
Totally.
Like I've heard that the opposite of a trigger is a glimmer.
Yes.
And so where a trigger is information that comes up that's letting you know, hey, there's something that's alive in your body right now.
Totally.
A glimmer is, hey, here's something that's bringing up something magical for you right now.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that.
And so if I was to offer something real and something tangible to you, to play with your intuition, start where you are. Start today.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid of it.
Right.
Lean in and just start to get to know the voice.
Totally.
Start noticing where the voice shows up for you, how it shows up for you, because it's different for every single person. It'll be different for you than it is for me.
Totally.
I would say start small.
Totally.
Like your first one doesn't have to be, am I going to Costa Rica? Although if you are going to Costa Rica, can I fit in your suitcase?
Yeah, for real. Same.
And if there's so much fun that could be had, if there's so much magic, if this is truly a game, if this is truly if this is truly just made up and we're making it up as we go.
Totally.
What if we had this little voice? Because the way I like to think about it is, what if our intuition, have you ever seen those corn mazes?
Totally.
And sometimes you'll see those people up above and they can see the whole thing.
Totally.
And you're like, eventually the guy's like, hey, why don't you think about going right instead? And you can totally do it, or you can ignore the guy, but he's got the different perspective. And so what if you just listened to that perspective with curiosity and said, what if that was true? And then just chose to start meeting it. Just start small.
Totally.
Start where you're at and let it just start becoming more natural for you.
I think that's beautiful.
Is there anything you'd love to add to that?
I don't think so. I mean, all I would say again is always throughout the process, remembering to check in with what feels true to you now.
I love that. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for listening to our podcast. If you guys are enjoying Becoming Untamed with us, we love having you along with us. So please share this podcast. We will continue to produce weekly episodes. We're excited about it. I love getting to do this with Grace.
Yay.
It's so fun to have our different perspectives, and we hope you're having as much fun as we are.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for coming along on this journey with us, and we will see you on the next one.